Okay, we're back on problem 18 for the Algebra 2. Let me put the title up there for use. Algebra 2, Chapter 2, Test Review Examples. And we're supposed to decide if this is a direct variation. Well, if it is, the constant, the y over the x will be constant. So we'll start with this y over this x, 2 over negative 8, and that gives negative 1/4. Then when you take the next y over the next x, negative 3 over 12, you still get, and this is good news, you get negative 1/4 again. So then when you take the y over the x again here, you get negative 6 over 24, and that turns out to be negative 1/4. So what we've determined here is that the constant value, you always get the same value each time, it's constant. The constant's negative 1/4, and these equations are y equals kx format, so you can say y equals negative 1/4 x, like that. So the equation, this is the equation right here, this is the constant, and the answer here is yes. So we'll go yes. The constant value was negative 1/4, and the equation is y equals negative 1/4 x. Okay, on the next one, if you take this y divided by this x, you get 2.4. And you just keep doing that. Divide the y by the x, 2.4 again, 2.4 again. It's looking promising, but 20 divided by 8 is 2.5. So not a direct variation. You didn't get a constant value when you divided the y by the x each time. Okay, here we're told that they're direct variations, and we're supposed to find out the value of y when x is negative 18. So what we do is we set up a proportion here, the y over the x, and we're going to go with negative 12 over negative 4. And then on the other side, the y on top, which we don't know, over the new x, which is negative 18. Okay, now you cross multiply. So you get 4x equals, and that's this direction, negative 4x actually. And in the other direction, 12 times 18. So give me a second here, 12 times 18. That's going to be 96 there. And then put down a 0 and 1 times 12. So you get a 6, a 1, 216 here, positive 216. Okay, then we'll divide that by negative 4 here. And we'll find out that y, or x, is equal to negative 54. Okay, on the next one here, we're supposed to find a y value when x is 18, same directions, but this time we're dealing with a y that's 3/8 and an x that's 5/4. So 3/8 divided by 5/4, and on the other side, y over negative 18. Okay, cross multiplying here, it gives 5/4 y. I'm going to write it like this. And 3/8 times 18. Let's see. Well, let's just leave it as negative 54 over 8. So I just multiplied 3/8 times negative 18. Okay, then you cross multiply again and you get 40y. And in the other direction, 216, negative 216. Then we'll divide by 40. And this one turns out to be negative 5.4. Very similar to the last answer, actually. Okay. Brett pays $34 to rent a beach bike for 4 hours and 15 minutes. Well, 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, so this is really 4.25 hours. And in the other direction, let's see here. How much would he have paid if he did it for 6 hours and 45 minutes? Well, if you take 45 divided by 60, you're going to find it's 0.75. So 6.75. 45 divided by 60 is how you get that decimal. So I'm just going to show you how to set this up. I'm not actually going to complete the problem. $34 goes with 4.25 hours. And we don't know the cost for 6.75 hours. So you would cross multiply here, 4.25x, and in the other direction, 34 times 6.75. Since I don't have a calculator in my hand, I'm going to just leave it like that. And then you divide both sides by 4.25. Which would tell you what x is, but once again, I don't have a calculator handy, so that answer would be just 34 times 6.75 divided by 4.25, and you'd have that answer off the calculator. Okay, we'll pick up on the other side here, problem 23.